All right, well, here we go. Sanctuary again going to be kicking us off. The fans here in the studio braving the cold weather outside.
Very cold today.
It is, yeah, we're in the negatives as far as Celsius is concerned. And with that wind chill, it gets even worse. So if I'm correct, well, I think this might be only the second time that these two organizations have actually played against each other.
I think you're right.
I think it hasn't happened since Season 1. And then obviously we got into the playoffs. Both got seated on the different sides.
Yeah. And
I think this is the next time that these guys have been able to clash.
Yeah, it's been quite a while since that Season 1 clash.
I can tell you what, it was a 3-1 victory for RunAway.
O2 already was still figuring out their identity then.
They're still doing it right now.
Sure.
So,
I mean, things changed a lot in Season 2 where they actually were solid, but they just couldn't have that sudden explosion like they did in the playoffs of Season 1.
Yeah, they were late bloomers in Season 1, and then they just didn't quite get the bloom at all in Season 2, but here we go.
No Pharah.
Yep, no Pharah. He's going to be in onto the point. He is swinging away. Charge coming in. Bash for charge there. Finally going to hit the ground, and he's going to stay there. QOQ following up for that killing blow. RunAway coming up with the double. QOQ starts picking these up.
Yep, this is great for Hisu as well. Now he's just going to get so much free charge on the chase out. Only at 75 energy, but still able to build half a grab. Nice retreat from O2, but it was the focus fire onto Wiley that led to their demise.
So it's going to be pushing up here. 100 energy now going to be coming through. These right clicks going to start doing quite a bit of damage here to the members of O2. Have to be careful. Krong and Hiley both getting tagged up. Arrow now as well on the retreat as RunAway just guides their way back over towards the point. Going to be a left side approach for O2. Sound barrier already online for Lee Jae-gong. You can see how much further behind Rain is at the moment. Pushing forward, playing onto the corner. So taking a bit of damage. Transcendent's going to be coming out. Gangnam Jin to open things up. Push forward coming down. Rally's going to be out from Arrow, armoring them up, keeping his squad alive. Shatter online for Wiley. Bomb into the back of Baba. Not going to find a pick. Graviton Surge going to be locking up everybody else. Shatter comes down.
Nice
finds Gangnam Jin. Locks him up. The sound barrier is perfect for Lee Jae-gong. Keeps them all alive. Now it's going to be that grab coming out. QOQ going to get pushed out of the mech. Has a self-destruct. Trying to make his way back through. Sound barrier now out from Rain. Wiley, however, going to be taken down in the front line. Tweet coming up the kill. Push around the corner. Hisu looking for a target. Has this near 100 energy. Knows that he will melt people. Finds the hits here. Krong going to be going down, killing himself with a right click in the end. And RunAway goes all the way back over towards the spawn. Looking to contain them.
This is pretty much game over on this first round, but great plays from O2 in that fight. Hiley with a well-timed transcends at the last possible moment. They had to follow up Shatter, but their target selection wasn't good enough to get a single kill, and RunAway bounces back with Lee Jae-gong's sound barrier. They've got one more chance of the fight here, and it's going to be against the grab.
Well, Wiley's going to be dropped here. Max Shatter going to be coming down, locks them up, and here is Hisu with the energy. Triple kill to him, quite easily snagged. Matt going to be swinging away 87%, and O2 team, they have these ultimates, but can they make it back to the point? They might have to use the Transcendence just to get there.
I don't even know if with the Transcendence they can make it. They're going to have to try.
The Zen certainly can, but Humbaba should be able to zip his way around the side, you would think. Starts pushing his way through, but now, yeah, can't make it in time. Graviton Surge would have locked everybody up anyway. So RunAway is going to be taking that 100-0.
They knew that even if they had committed in, they would have been grabbed. So they were hoping that maybe Humbaba could tag in and the grab would be misplaced. I mean, there was realistically no way against a team at this level of play that you're going to make it through there. So RunAway, yeah, with the 100-0, just two really good reactionary fights there. And the opening kill onto Wiley was really what started it all off in that first fight. They're using Hisu in the front line to burn down the Reinhardt, then they're committing everyone to him with the speed boost. So with the high and low ground here on the mech base, excuse me, mecha base, there's a little bit more counterplay potential for Wiley if he wants to try to take a different approach. Looks like he's just going to stay neutral here.
Push up here to the high ground. Charge going in from Mag, not going to be able to find anything. Gets bashed up. He'll come back in, fire strike through. It's a decent amount of tags there. Wiley going to get taken down. QOQ again finding the first 2 kills of the game. And I believe on the same exact players, Wiley and Arrow.
Yep.
Both going to get taken down. Now the push forward comes in. Hisu going to be building up 53% for that Graviton Surge as Krong goes down. And O2 team again going to be in second waiting to try to gain control of this point for the first time in the series so far.
They're just able to find Wily in the front and isolate him. QOQ pushed him to the side so he couldn't retreat back with his teammates, and he was just caught all alone.
Arrow taken down by the pin. Shots coming out in the back line from Gangnam Jin as he gets closer and closer to that Transcendence. It is just going to be effectively a team wipe. Humbaba makes it back into the spawn room, but RunAway, we know this is how they love to play. All the way forward. And now Mag, he's going to be looking for the sneaky Shatter. Do they push up this side again to try to get onto the high ground?
Idea.
Wrap around, Shatter coming down. Only locks up two. Pin coming out, but he's going to find Highly. Not going to be able to get too much other than Arrow there on the back of that Shatter so far, but it's still going to be O2 team retreating back into the spawn. Wily dies right at the end as he gets the Shatter available, and RunAway have plenty more tools to maintain this chokehold.
They certainly do, and they have the rally armor as well, so Hisu can even play more aggressively than he normally would with that extra armor. Same with Gangnam Jin. He didn't have a trance, which he does. Here we go. I mean, last chance.
Wrap around the side. Sound barrier going to be in. Gangnam Jin still holding on to the Transcendence for now. Grabdogger's going to be coming down as a solo. No. Now let's get that double grab. Bomb into the back. Going to be blocked out by Mag with the shield. Arrow and Wily again going to get dropped off the back of the map. Is Krong. He says goodbye, good night. That's going to be one final reset here for O2 team as they try desperately to get this flip.
They have to get a flip now against Transcendence for counter, positional disadvantage, as well as Shatter and self-destruct for the longer fight. You know, you have just so many ways to hold on. Oh no, Wily's in trouble already.
Yep. Story of his life in this matchup. Now Sound Barrier going to be coming through. Bomb thrown down, going to be blocked out. Arrow denies that away from his squad, keeping them safe. Transcendence here from Highly, tops up Wily. Push over onto the point desperately. They manage to tag into force COT, but Rain will die. Now Wily going to be going down. Arrow joining him as well. Immediately after, seems like these guys are tied at the hip. Humbaba will get popped out, burned down. Rain's the only one left alive, but even he cannot tag in. Back-to-back 100-0s. RunAway swiftly take Busan.
Very much a coordinated effort on the side of RunAway. They overextended in that last fight as well, using Transcendence too early and trying to force that Shatter. After Wily was getting focused, they thought his barrier would break and they could get the big Shatter. So they got caught there, used self-destruct early as well. And immediately the call is to get out. You know, Lee Jae-gon drops the speed boost, they leave, they go back to the point, they spread, and then collapse again onto one single target. That's what they've been doing so well in this mirror matchup, is just retreat when things are bad, play safe, then focus one member. And usually that member has been Wily, right? And he is just having a rough time. And his teammates are just unable to support him against that level of coordination.
And now here's a question for you, Wolf. Did anybody on RunAway at any point die? QOQ got popped out of the mech, but he self-destructed to get back in. Shatter in onto Lee Jae-gon. Sound barrier saves him. True. I don't know if they lost anybody in these 2 rounds of Busan.
Yeah, you know, when you put it that way, like, they may not have.
I could certainly be wrong, and we don't have the stats. This isn't the Overwatch League. We don't have those ready to go. But I'm pretty sure that they might not have lost anybody.
I mean, if they did, it was very few members, right? They didn't lose a single team fight, and I think that much is clear.
Oh, not even close.
So, I mean, that's another meme picture right there. A flower bin with the.
It's a nice little shrug. It's like,
the shrug, yeah.
Good job. Well, what more can I say?
RunAway just had such good targeting on Wily, and it's crazy that even though this team's been around for a while, and like longer than most teams that got rebuilt this season, they're still playing as if they've been playing together for at least a whole season, and then we're only in week 3. They just know how to disengage from a fight and also how to use their speed boosts to kill enemy Reinhardts. I mean, I'm setting this story up, right? For those paying attention, you've already seen it, but watch it again, how subtle it is to see when ults get used improperly for RunAway against a weaker team like O2 who can't punish lightning fast or has ult disadvantage, which O2 often has. Just how quickly they run away, spread out, and then collapse back in. It's like, I don't know, you know, you see a group of piranhas like dive in on top of you know, something that's in the water. but also that same group of piranhas, if you like probably dropped something in the water that made a loud sound, they would scatter just as quickly, right, and then return back once they felt it was safe. Like, it's just lightning fast, and everyone's on the same page. They're all, no one's stepping on each other's toes. Like, it's clean, man. It's clean.
Honestly, a school of fish is maybe a decent way to talk about this squad. It seems like everybody is constantly on the same page, but when they go up against another school of fish, it's like when they just like transform together and then suddenly they look like a giant shark and they just devour the enemy team. It's absolute insanity how clean these guys are able to play with such little time together. But of course, plenty of RunAway fans here in the audience, as you guys might expect. Mac fan there on the left showing off the Winston, which we did not get to see yet, but there's plenty more maps to be played.
Yeah, the first sign that we saw had a drawing of all the RunAway players that made it into Overwatch League, and it said, "We're watching, you better join Overwatch League next year." And, oh, I can't see the beginning of that sign. Oh, Decal fan. Decal, as we call him here in English. I guess an Adventure Time character. I'm not too familiar with that show.
Yeah, I don't know their names. I forget which,
So, going to be here from Saturday to Thursday. I came to watch RunAway by plane, so I'm guessing probably from Busan.
Yeah. Coming all the way up. Got to see their hometown in the first map. Hey.
Yeah.
That's pretty neat.
Got the good old RunAway sign.
I don't
the
have
old
that.
names.
I want that so badly. I need one of those signs.
This is the new roster, pretty sure. Yeah, it definitely is. Drawn here. Some details perhaps could be added, but I think it's a decent sign overall.
Not too bad, but there we go.
O2 took us to Hollywood last time when they lost to Geekstar on Lijiang Tower. We saw, a substitution of Decal again. I would not be shocked if we saw that, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case here. We're going to keep the same roster. That means we have Prong for Zarya, which is important, but you're missing the X factor on attack, which is where O2's found their greatest success, is that Genji attack on Hollywood, and they will pick it again.
Okay, Hollywood. Back-to-back selections here. Will they find increased success? I have to hope so, but going into what could very well be the 3-3 again from RunAway is such a dangerous proposition for the squad. Do they start trying something new? I think with Krong in the mix and without Decal, probably not. But maybe that is the way that they have to do it. Maybe if they just can't match it, it's better to master something else and try to pick up victories that way. Hard to say.
They're going to be attack first here. Arrow, known for two things in his very brief career on WGS, was his Widow attacks here on A of Hollywood, as well as his Widow flanks on Junkertown. But in this meta, it's just too difficult. I mean, you could get a lot out of that opening Widow pick on this map if you're running against a Junkrat defense or a Genji, or sorry, excuse me, a McCree defense. But he's just going to simply be on the Brigitte here.
Yep. Oh, okay. Well, at least a scout.
Yeah.
He knows it's RunAway.
Just wants to make sure they're not hiding.
This team is so willing to do some shenanigans. Arrow just going to be taking a couple shots, just trying to get some extra tags in, but we'll just be that swap over to the break in the end.
They actually just fed a little bit of ult charge over as well from doing that, but not too significant.
Gangnam Jin is so happy. Sitting at that 43% here at the moment. Highly going to be matching him. Get some nice right clicks in.
Going for the feet shots.
Yeah, I don't even think of the cart here.
Pretty common on this map to go for that as the Zenyatta, but...
Or for the feet.
Yep.
Here we go, push forward, Ryan for Ryan, just going to be swinging away in the front line. Big tag ups there on a Krong, highly going to get locked and tagged up there by that fire strike as well.
Ooh, Humbaba, if he gets DMAC, that would be huge.
Yeah, they're pushing up. QOQ's going to be looking for it. Rope of Harmony still sitting there on Humbaba. Trying to top him back up. Loop up here into the air. Krong going to be hitting the ground. Humbaba knocked out. The fire strike to the face. Takes down Wiley. Mag with the Shatter online, charges his way up and stays alive. Fell down. I think he was about a 30 HP there before that shield came back in. He's pushing up. He's looking for Highly. The bubble coming through from Krong helps keep him alive. He's got a sliver of HP as he makes it back into the spawn room.
The idea for that push for O2 was just simply to, you know, end up with a faster Transcendence. That's why they were shoving Highly up so deep, and then to kind of get a tick that way. But it doesn't work out. RunAway's going to have this ult advantage now. Although, you know, we're pretty even here. O2 got a lot of it. They're missing the Shatter, but beyond that, I mean, we're pretty similar here.
They're getting closer and closer. Humbaba a little bit behind as far as that self-destruct is concerned, but the combo going to be online here for RunAway. Nearly all 6 ultimates going to be up. Rally out from both sides. Shatter going to be coming down. They lock up Wily. Transcendence coming in from Highly. Just keep him topped up here. Graviton Surge going to be coming down the bomb right into the front. Looking for the pickoffs, and Highly will be going down, but it's the call to Sweet and QOQ. Sound barrier out from both sides. Now as O2 team sees a bit of an opening. Mag going to be isolated into the corner, gets taken down. Krong pushing forward. 90 plus energy. Massive amount of damage output here. Picks up Isu, forces them back. O2 are in onto the point, and that should just be the cap.
This was impressive by O2. They totally changed how they were playing, and when they went for this attack, they baited a Shatter, which is something that RunAway actually did famously in the Season 2 finals against Kongdu Panthera. Protecting Wily after the Shatter, using their support ultimates in that way, caught RunAway off guard. Then they had to support ult faster with their barrier, so O2 won that exchange there. So really patient play from O2, countering what RunAway's been doing all night long, which is to kill Wily.
Yeah. Push up, Mag's going to have another Shatter online, but he's not going to use it here. Baba finds a pick off with that self-destruct. Gangnam Jin taking down Krong. Shui and Arrow both going to be out of the fight. Trade on the breaks. Wily now eliminated. And RunAway will be able to maintain control of the choke as they push forward. 100 energy here for Isu. Looking for that finish. Gets the right click in onto Rain. The pop out onto Humbaba. He's got nowhere to run. Might just have to swap off, and he will. And I think that's a loss. Not too much charge, really. He actually did just use that self-destruct.
He's probably looking at like 5%, 7% loss there. Isu's got this grab to control the choke. And there are, you know, no support ultimates, at least for the moment here, for O2, so this is a good opportunity.
Shatter gonna get dropped, catches a couple in the back, but will not be able to push forward and try to capitalize on those stunts. Instead, Graviton Surge gonna be into the back, idling with the Transcendence, keeping them topped up here for the moment. RunAway are not adhering, they will not back down. The bomb from QOQ finds a double, Highly dead off the back end of that one.
Not to mention,
yet again, keep them contained back towards the spawn.
Not to mention QQ absorbing the grab of Krong as well in that fight. I mean, they just are absolutely containing them at the moment. And when you have this ability here to spawn camp, the reason why this spawn camp is so that they can get more ult charge for Isu. So he sits at the front, anyone pokes out, or if anyone's running back to spawn, he gets that charge, and on his way back, he's right-clicking. He doesn't have a grab for this choke this time, but he built a lot of that.
Still playing the corner here. Wily trying to push up, trying to find an opportunity to dump the Shatter. RunAway knows it's online. The barrier's up. Bubbles coming out. They lock up one into the back. The sound barrier is going to be there anyway. Now, stun up. Wily going to be hitting the ground. Sound barrier out from O2 as they try to turn this one around. They find the first pick off as Mag will go down. Now Shui on the retreat. Also going to get picked off by Highly. Good turnaround here from O2, and they can finally start getting this cart moving as all the tanks go down.
Very decisive sound barrier by Rain is what allows them to flip this around. They saw, you know, a weakness in RunAway after the first barrier was used there, which was kind of a panic barrier by Jagon, to be honest. So now they're even going to be able to hide here and look for big blow-up kills with the grab that they're not going to see coming. It's not going to be a flanking Shatter because he doesn't have it yet. If this goes wrong, they have the Transcendence, so they're just going to pop out.
Yeah, push out around the corner. Graviton Surge going to be coming down, locks him up. QOQ not able to deny that one away this time. Self-destruct will not find a pick-off other than QOQ's Mackley. Jaegong taken down right before then, but now Mag and QOQ dead on the back, and a charge for from Wily. Not going to come up with a pin, but with his positioning from Isu, he will get dropped, and O2 team suddenly looking like point B is a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, this was so risky by them, and the way they executed it, I'm not gonna lie, was very haphazard. They just kind of popped out and went for it, but it did catch RunAway off guard. They did get those kills, and they're gonna have to fight once more here as the RunAway members split out of the choke.
Self-destruct here on to the cart, zoning them back, allowing RunAway to push up, try to gain control over this corner spot. Finally working his way up. Shatter's going to be ready. This time, Mag does not have the shield up. He's going to be the first one going down. Baba coming up with that kill. Push forward again now. Shui going to be taken out. Hisu dead, and O2 team looking reinvigorated here on the push, but not with that much time backing them. RunAway will drain the clock down just a little bit further here. As a couple respawns come through, and they'll get caught out.
RunAway needs to be careful because they just fed a ton of ult charge, and that's a big issue. But they fed a ton of ult charge after that fight. They came back in trying to buy, and what they did buy was 20 seconds, but they gave O2 the big 6. I mean, almost literally here. They gave them everything they wanted and bought a short amount of time. So this gives a huge free push for O2. RunAway does not have the ults that they would like to have here to stop this from going around the corner.
Still going to be playing up fearlessly, always advancing towards Zach Hart, whether it's defense or attack. Shatter coming down, the shields up from Wiley, not going to be able to find much. Prong jumps in, the Graviton Surge locks him up, bomb in from above, tries to inch it off the side, does manage to do so, but will not be able to get a pick off outside of Shui going down. Now barrier in, not enough to save Mac's life. Now Lee J gone, going to be eliminated. Hisu, nowhere to go. The bubble comes up, but he's going to be cut off and taken down here at the end. Hart advancing, 48 seconds remaining. O2 team looking quite good here on the final stretch.
Oh, certainly true. We know that the issue with RunAway so far in terms of mistakes made is not in mechanics, it's just in decision making, and sometimes it's this fearless attitude that comes back to bite them. They're still going to be able to contest this point one more time. Support ultimate way too early here.
Yeah, sound barrier going to be in to open the fight. Graviton Surge coming down, bomb in, locking him up. Barrier's there, but Krong still going to get picked off now. Wiley going to be gone. Arrow trying to charge forward here. Baba up to the side. Self-destruct nearly ready to go now. Has it online. Pops QOQ out of the Mac. Let him the usage just trying to buy some time. Shatter going to get dropped, and Baba dumps the payload. He's looking for that pickoff, but he's not going to be able to find it. And this should be the end as they just try to finish off Rain here right at the finish. Wiley pushes forward, tries to make his way over to the card, but is dead before he can arrive. Graviton Surge locks up RunAway, but they do manage to defend this.
Yeah, that was really early of a sound barrier from Rain, unfortunately, there in that last fight. Did not wait for the grav, so ended up being a bit of an awkward situation, but RunAway showing a little bit of over-eagerness again, trying to take every 4v6. You know, there becomes this point, I think, when you never lose. It's really reminiscent of Element Mystic in Season 1, where you win everything, basically, and you win a lot of team fights, 4v6, 5v6. You suddenly feel like you just need to take every fight because you're going to win every fight, and you very rarely even get into those 4v6 situations, but you've won some of them with good calls on ults. But that contest on B gave way too much extra pushing power to a team that had virtually no time bank. Had they saved their ults there and regrouped, they would have been able to contest before we got even close to C. Instead, O2 was able to kind of flip the ult economy on its head there. It's really important to remember in this meta, if you commit to a fight down on ultimates, it's not like other metas, like where if someone committed a Dragon Blade, you're like, oh, that's a waste. Because you build a grav in that delay. Like while RunAway is just buying a few seconds, like another grav comes online, and then you're actually furthering your disadvantage by fighting. You've eliminated some time bank, sure, and that's why they were doing it, but the trade-off, I think, in this meta is just too great to commit to a 4v6 delay like that. Either way, I mean, this is still very winnable for RunAway if they can have another great push on this map.
Well, let's see. O2, they made it 2 points. They were able to finish the map when they played versus Geekstar, but it was with no time in the bank this time, going to be at that disadvantage, having only gotten to B. Let's see what the defense is going to be like. Pin coming down. We'll be able to get the stop on that one, so Wiley not going to be coming up with the kill. Instead, it's going to be an exchange on the Reinhardt's. Mag and Wiley both going to be punished. Wiley pushing up around the corner, looking to take down Gangnam Jin. It's a couple tags in. Zarya Bubble's going to be coming out now. Wiley, he is overextended, and Hisu will get the punish. O2 team already suffering heavy losses. Rain tagged up, taken down. And that's going to be a very swift camp onto A, you would expect, unless O2 goes in for a last-second contest here. But otherwise, a massive time bank getting ready to come through for RunAway.
Yeah, Humbaba's, I think, a little bit too far away, so not going to happen. Hailey gets another pick off here.
Well, that's the kill he wanted before.
I don't want to blame Highly for this failed defense, but at the same time, it did play a part into RunAway grabbing this guaranteed. It's so unfortunate in this meta when you're Zenyatta, you just have to be greedy if you really want to pull ahead. And sure, he gets the follow-up kill, but he didn't get it when he needed it most.
Oh, I don't think it was his fault alone.
I mean, look at the ult charge. He has double the ult charge of Gangnam Jin. Like, he's actually doing an incredible amount here on this Zen, and now like you could test this choke with him.
Yep.
But had he lived there, I mean, it's crazy what O2 could have done on the defense.
Yeah, and he is still outputting a significant amount of damage here. Spamming away. Barrier going to be coming down from RunAway as they open things up. Humbaba going to be popped out of the back, and Wiley going to be gone. The Transcendence is a bit too late here from Highly. Had it online for so very long, but it's not going to save anyone.
It feels so bad, too. We highlighted this entire arc of having 50% more ult charge, his aggression, his accuracy, but it doesn't matter if you hold the ult, if you can't use it at the right moment. And then he wastes it right after they die. He gets nothing from it. Now, his opponent's team has the Transcendence when we're looking for a grab fight, so everything went wrong in that moment for O2. Even a positional disadvantage, they're trying to flank, but it's going to come back to bite them, I'd say.
Isu ready with the grab from Baba up onto the high ground to his left. Grab going to be coming down, opened up from O2 first. Transcendence after the Gangnam Jin, keeping them top up. Bomb going to be coming down, shields up. Mag managing to stay alive. Shatter coming through. Now Wiley going to get tagged up with Sound Barrier, saving his life. The shield's going to get broken from this up the struck, and QOQ cannot make it back in. Highly comes up with a double, puts Shui down as well. Wiley taken down in the front line, O2 team. Still trying to pull off this defense here in front of B, and seems like it's going to go quite swimmingly as they clean up the members of RunAway.
When I watch Highly play the Zenyatta, it makes me wonder if he might be actually better suited for a different role, to be honest. He's very, very accurate. Like, I'd love to see him play McCree. He's very accurate. His positioning is really good to maximize damage, but his timings on heals and ultimates are just a little bit off today. I mean, on WGS it was not the case, but it's just really cool that we keep watching him because he's doing so much. At the end of the day, he needs to do more, though.
Rally out from Arrow. Making sure that Highly and Rain have that armor ready to go. They're going to be fully stacked up. Prong as well going to be receiving. In onto the back of the cart here, RunAway trying to advance things. Both support ultimates going to be online. Wiley taken down. Gangnam Jin coming up with a kill this time. Transcendence coming out. Graviton Surge in onto the cart. Pushing forward. Sound Barrier now down from Lee Jae Gong. RunAway still in the mix. Shatter gets dropped by Mag. They lock up too. They take him down. Baba pushed off in the backside. Makes his way back over to the cart. Mech does not stand a chance. The fire strike gets rid of the pilot. Isu giving a nice double wave there as Mag comes up with a pin. Wiley will die, and that will be point B gained for RunAway.
This is either a decision-making issue or a comms issue, because with Wiley dead, that's just simply not a winnable fight. They committed ultimates. Now RunAway's just going to do what they do best and stagger deaths here, delay, control this this spawn room. And I mean, the cart just keeps rolling. For O2, the commitment there to that Transcendence means that Isu's next grab is so much more potent. And yeah, I mean, they're moving around this corner, which is the hardest place to really land a grab, but still, it could be big if Isu comes in and makes that angle happen. And that's exactly what, now that we're crossing the corner, what he's looking for.
Let's see, Shatter going to be online. Grab comes down, locks up a few. Shatter drop from Wiley, only locking up Shui. And now he's going to be dead. Bomb to the back. Mag flips around as the 180 gets the block with the shield. Now it's going to be the charge forward coming in. Lee Jae Gong pooping back onto Arrow. Knocks him back into his team, making it easier for them to scoop up that kill, and they do so. Shatter coming down, locks him up. The cart will gently glide into the station. 2 points up now. RunAway leading this series, and now just need one more win on Assault to take this one home.
It was such an interesting thing our observing team did in that series to highlight Highly, because he absolutely did about double the damage of his counterpart on RunAway. Gangnam Jin just did half the damage.
Maybe we'll find out. Maybe we can get a comparison after this.
I mean, I would love to. But at the same time, it's a good indicator that stats don't always tell you everything, because if you look at his healing stats more closely in terms of counters to the ultimates, I guarantee you Gangnam Jin has way more healing output through Transcendence than he did, because he was trying to be extremely greedy in both building ult charge, which he did well, minus the A attack, and then, you know, holding it to the last second to get the maximum value out of those Transcendences. But the backfire, you could feel it in a lot of those fights, especially when you're watching his perspective and you see the member drop that he's looking directly at just 1 second before he presses the Q button. And then it's at that moment where you've not only failed to protect a member and lost the fight because of it, but then RunAway knows they do not need to commit the grav, and they can hold it for the next fight where they are guaranteed to get a big one because you just used your Transcendence a second too late. And it's a moment like that where you're like, oh God, like we can watch his perspective, we can watch him kill people and smash through those hit point bars and build that ult so fast. But if you just can't hit it at the right timing, all of that doesn't matter.
It seems like highly, honestly, like as far as a replacement goes for Violet, it seems like they kind of nailed it. It seems like he's doing a very good job overall, but there's definitely that fine-tuning to hit that point where it's like, oh, look, we just cloned him. We cloned Violet exactly with his playstyle. He's coming up with the kills, but he needs to have that savior aspect as well to come through. The Transcendences, not Transcendences,
yeah,
Transcendi, have not really been that great. We'll see if he can improve them as we move deeper into the series. We're halfway done. We're going to go to a quick break. We'll see you guys in just a couple minutes.